You know you're not supposed to be up and around.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 15 of the Pair Theory podcast. With me, as always, Mr. Craig Youngblood. Dude, are you freezing? Are you cold?
No, it's not bad. I got some heaters on out here.
Don't lie to me, man. I know that it's cold in there. I know it is.
It's not that bad. I got the heaters on. Got some hot chocolate.
All right. Got that brain juice going?
Yeah.
Got that brain juice, bro.
Yeah.
Gotta have it. Yeah, man, it's good. It's good stuff. Well, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Pair Theory Podcast. Man, it is cold in Texas. It is. I don't know. What's the temperature where you're at right now, Craig? Let's see. It is
32 feels like 24.
I'm at 31, feels like 23. And it's snowing outside right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm in Texas. It's not supposed to snow. Dude, it's snowing all the way down to Spring in Houston tonight. All the way down through Louisiana, it's snowing.
That's crazy. Yeah, I had to put a tarp over Paula's car yesterday.
Got to put a tarp over it?
Yeah, our neighbor decided to back into it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and the door hit the door, creased it where it's out at the top where you can pretty much see through it.
Thanks, neighbor.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it, man. There's this whole thing called a backup camera, a rear view mirror, you know.
And that car sits there pretty much 24/7, hardly ever moves. So I'm like, he tried to say, I didn't see it. I don't know how.
Lies.
Unless you were drunk going for a beer run.
There it is. There it is. I was hammer going for another thickler. My Smith Malt liquor. Yeah. Well, what's going on out there in the world, Pair fans? You guys having a good one? Did you have a good week? Comment. You can comment, and when the comments come up, they're going to come up. We're going to be able to see you in live action. We don't have to keep searching over here to the other screen looking for you. So if you paid attention to the last episode, our pair trivia of the week got answered when we asked it. So we give a cash prize out to anyone who gets it. And yeah, it was your daughter last week.
Yeah, I haven't paid her yet.
I paid Gary this week. I had a thing over my phone. I put this new screen protector over my phone, and he came here to the house, and I paid him, and I was trying to do a picture with him to put up on here today, but my screen deal just blurred it all out because it was covering my camera. I was like, okay, this is stupid.
That sucks.
Yeah, it sucked. So we do have a new one this week, and we're going to go ahead and jump into that.
It is now time for Para Trivia of the Week.
All right, so this week's Para Trivia is, in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, who was Leatherface portraying? It's a good one.
Hannibal Lecter.
Stop giving away hints, Craig. You're terrible at this. It's like I can't hide Christmas presents. I bet you're the worst at that, aren't you? Like when you buy things for your kids on Christmas, you try and hold a secret.
No, I'm pretty good at it. They always want to open everything on Christmas Eve. It's midnight.
Yeah.
No, not happening.
Speaking of Christmas, man, I know we're a little past it now, but Sarah Simmons, our bass player's wife, made a sculpture for me.
Yeah.
That I did not put away with the Christmas kid. It is in the studio. It is sitting here to my left.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it in person.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. I'll bust it out. She did all of this, man. It's kind of heavy. All right, I got it.
Holy shit.
So she made this entire thing. And it is a complete Krampus.
I saw the picture of it, but I didn't realize how big it was.
Yeah, dude, this thing is badass. Like, all the... I'm trying to get it in front of the camera.
There you go.
All the artwork on this thing, man, is incredible.
That's insane.
All hand done. It's nuts, man. She's incredible. She put that thing together, and I was like, I am not. There's no way in hell I'm putting that in a box in the attic. Get over there, Krampus. All right.
Yeah,
Krampus is back in his home. There's John Fish. Out the gate, man. We got to start making these harder. Jeez. Okay, Craig, you're going to have to come up with another one, man. We got to ask by the end of the show.
Okay.
Well, there it is. John Fish comes in the gate. We got to make it to where they can't Google this shit. That's what it is. But John Fish. Yes. It's Ed Gein, sir. That is correct. You are correct. Yes. I know he's doing a happy dance right now. What does he say? What is he saying here? I can't read it. It's too small.
You always make me harder.
Oh, God. Stop it. Stop flirting with us. Jeez. Ed Gein, you are correct, man. Ed Gein is who Leatherface was portraying in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I guess a bonus question to that is, where, in what town in Texas was it shot in? A little bonus? Got one in there? If you guys haven't frequented a place, if you guys like all things horror, make sure you go down to Horror Freak in Euless, Texas. Located off Euless, Maine. They are not one of our sponsors, but they are one of our favorite stores. And man, they are pretty awesome. I've got everything from old school statues to animatronics to VHS tapes of all the old horror movies, posters, action figures, comic books, you name it. Go down there and check those guys out, man. They are pretty badass. That is Horror Freak in Euless, Texas. Make sure you go and check them out. Corey Harbor, Hewitt. Well, it wasn't Hewitt, Texas. Craig, do you got it? Do you know what it is?
No.
Hewitt was the last name of the family. It was the Hewitt family.
The 1974 one?
Yep. Fish is saying Kingsland or Round Rock, Texas.
That's not right either.
That's not right.
Well, it kind of is. You want me to read the answer?
Yeah, read the answer.
So it's primarily filmed in East Texas Hill Country, specifically around Austin, Texas. Key locations include Baghdad Cemetery in Leander and the farmhouse near Round Rock, which has since been moved to Kingsland, Texas.
So, close. Close. It's nowhere, Texas. It's a trick question. It's several parts. Should have come in with that one out the gate. Fuck you, Fish. Not giving you money. I will. You'll get it. You'll get it on Friday, little buddy.
Did he get his new skull?
He did. I did. I gave it to him. He got it in the deal. Now we got to get a black light for the fucking for the rig for the chief. So that'll come into play. I got our pair video of the week, and this one comes from the boys out at Mindseed. And we got a couple more things that we guys want you guys to get interactive with, so stick around. But man, Mindseed, these boys, they go out and shoot a lot. They shoot a lot. And there's a lot of haters out there in the world that hate on these dudes. Like, oh, they're faking it. Oh, mama. You know what, dude? Prove they're faking it, because you haven't shown me shit yet.
Yeah.
Nothing. All these fucking debunkers, I'm debunking the debunker. You haven't shown shit. You haven't shown me one thing that they've done that's fucking... Somebody's calling me. Should I answer this?
Wow.
I don't know who this is, but I'm hanging up.
I figured it was your wife.
No, it's not my wife. She's cooking dinner. We're having hamburger stew tonight. Slimer is what he named the skull, by the way. Yeah. He's a big Ghostbusters freak.
Yeah. They even has a badge.
He does. he does. But yeah, I've got this comes from the boys from Mindseed, and man, these guys are great. And Casey Nolan puts a lot into it. He's also a musician, drummer, guitar player, bass player, rapper, singer. Does a lot. So this footage is pretty awesome. So we're gonna jump right into it here. They're about to get into the middle of a planchette on a Ouija board, and what they experience in this place. We're kind of down in the middle of the video here, but if you want to go check out the full thing, you can go to Mindseed TV and look up "Horrifying Investigation: The Whites Insane Paranormal Video Footage" and check this out.
Happening left and right the whole time we were at this place. I came out, the door was wide open. And then when I was going downstairs, it said it was bright on the Ovilus, and then it said speak. So I cut the flashlight off, and I got a whisper in my ear.
Oh,
when I was in the
no
dark.
way.
Like it felt like someone like literally whispered right in my ear. Like I could almost feel the breath on my ear. We decided to go ahead and move forward and try the Ouija board, which it's always a little bit uncomfortable using that. But in a location like this, where you're getting this much activity, we were hoping that maybe we'd get some kind of message come through that we could like relay to the family and give them from their deceased relatives. But what happened next was insane. All right, 3 spins. 1, 2, 3. Who's present with us right now in this house? The Ouija board immediately started gliding. It was almost like whatever was there with us was waiting for us. And the second we asked the question, it just started cruising. Whoa. That's the fastest I've ever felt this thing start moving. Holy shit. I'm barely touching. What is that? That's an M. Yeah, it's moving, bro. I'm talking about I have like the lightest pressure on it right now, bro. I'm barely.
Both not just absolutely just quivering right now.
Still moving. It stopped. That's a R. Mister?
It's still moving.
Oh, it is moving. Miss S. Miss MRS?
Is it Mrs. White we're talking to?
Now, if you pay attention here, man, they accidentally do something here, which is kind of mind blowing. They let go of the planchette when this thing happens, and
I didn't think you're supposed to do that.
you're not supposed to do that. You are not supposed to let go of the planchette. Like if you do, you're supposed to circle out and say goodbye and close the door, right? And what happens here in a minute is what kind of I think kicks everything off for the rest of this investigation. So, get back into it.
I'm getting it.
That thing is fucking cruising. It's Mrs. White. You said this is Mrs. White, right? And it went to M, R, S, and it stopped there, which is Mrs. We asked, is this Miss White? Slid right up to yes. Is it okay that we're here in your house? Do you mind us being here?
It's already moving.
Bro, she is on it. Is it going to the no?
No.
What?
What was that?
Something really loud on the second floor sounded like rumbling, like almost like maybe something was crawling across the floor. And then there was a couple loud bangs, boom, boom. It startled me, and I realized that I took my hands off the planchette. But what happened next is just fucking mind-blowing.
Okay, first of all, you and I will never use a Ouija board.
No, that's what
No.
I was ready to fish. I was like, absolutely not. I talked in a previous podcast about shit I saw with a Ouija board when I was younger, and I firsthand saw one of those do what this one's fixing to do. But it went out into a lake when I saw it.
Yeah. I will never touch one. No way. Been through it, done it, bought the ticket, took the ride, hated the ride, never buying another ticket. You can be as skeptical as you want to be. It is what it is. But I am not gonna deal with
Spirit
that
box
shit.
is as close as I'll come to that.
Yeah. Spirit box is basically a digital Ouija board. We're just not opening a portal
Right.
or a doorway or anything like that.
We should
Which I have footage of us using one of those, and we can show that on here after this to kind of show the comparison. But what happens here in just a second is a bit mind blowing. So here we go.
Bro.
What the hell? The planchette literally slid off the board with nobody touching it and landed right on the picture of Miss White.
Bro.
What the hell?
We took our hands off too. Oh, God.
It went on Mrs. White.
Fucking pointing right at her. I see very well.
I see it very
We
well.
got a photograph of Mr. and Mrs. White on the table. The planchette actually landed on it, pointed straight at Mrs. White.
What the fuck? Bro.
What the hell?
We took our hands off too. Oh, God.
It went on Mrs. White.
Fucking pointing right at her. I see very well. It went really right and really wrong at the same time.
That's just something that you never want to do. You don't want to break contact when you have communication. It can upset spirits. It can bring more negative energies in if they weren't already in. What the hell?
We took our hands off too. When you mess with things like that, you're looking at something that could possibly affect your life or someone that you love 6 months down the road. That energy is just building and residual for as long as it can stay that way, and the momentum keeps going until you shut that door.
Let's wrap this up. I know it's kind of late, but Mrs. White, goodbye. I don't think it works like that, but please don't follow us. At this point, we all decided to go outside. We needed to cool down for a minute. What are we doing here? Because I'm all right with leaving. I really don't feel comfortable being here. I told you earlier I didn't like the vibe I was getting here.
Well,
but that's a lot. To me personally, it felt negative. I kept saying that throughout the investigation. I don't like the feeling that I'm getting when I'm here. It doesn't feel positive. It doesn't feel friendly.
I don't think we're here to close the door in the face of someone or something that wants to communicate with us.
The fact that they stay is mind blowing to me.
Where was this at?
The location, I don't know. I know that it's the White's home, whatever. There's a whole backstory to it in the front of this video. Like the people that own this home are actually buried on the property. There's 2 gravestones for them right outside, like right out the front door.
Yeah.
And the fact that they keep going is the part that blew my mind. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. So we'll keep cruising here.
Does that feel like something that wants to communicate to you guys? I mean, the Ouija board moving, yes, but what about the shit above us and the flying?
Are we interpreting this as something like negative? Do we?
The door's open.
I felt negative the whole time we've been here.
Okay.
Like since I walked
Since
through
the
the
first
door.
movement.
Yeah. So.
But either way, the door's open. We're just going to shut it in their face.
You're right.
I mean,
But you're right. But like, can we switch up the testing method then? Because
all right. Can we talk about this outside? We went outside for a little bit, and we decided that we were going to stay the entirety of the night, but all of us knew we weren't going to sleep. I went in one room, put a static camera up, and I left my clothes on, I left my shoes on. I wasn't going to get comfortable in that bed. From the second we got there, all the shit that was happening, I was ready to leave.
after the Ouija board, me and Cole went up to the room. We knew we were not going to be sleeping here. The activity was too much. It was too intense. There's no way we're going to be able to sleep here. So we were pretty much just waiting for the sun to come up.
I heard a noise downstairs, and it sounded like an animal. You guys hear that?
Yeah, I did.
What the fuck was that?
Same noise as earlier.
That was loud,
Way
though.
louder. Yeah.
Dude, it sounded like a fucking goat.
It did, right?
We got a goat on the front porch now.
I'm just going to say it now, man. At this point, I'm out. Yeah. I'm fucking out. I'm gone. I'm history. I'm out. That's it. We got it. Let's roll. Pack the shit. I'm going to be laying in bed and hear a fucking goat. An animal.
Barbacoa.
No. Mm-mm. You ain't about to get Satan's fluffy boo to come in there and fucking cuddle with me, man. I'm out. Yeah. I'm out. Fuck the gear. I'm coming back when it's daylight. Yeah, man. We going to the goddamn La Quinta. We're fucking out, bro.
So do you know why they call that time witching hour? Do you know what ever started that?
Enlighten me.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I always see everyone say that's the witching hour, but I've never heard the reason why. Is it something about that's the time that the veil between living and dead is the thinnest? Is that what it is?
I think there's several theories. If our viewers are out there and you're watching, find out what the witching hour is all about. Leave it in the comments for us. Let's keep cruising here. This is almost over.
Oh, fuck.
It legitimately sounded like there was a goat in the house. And I'm not saying like there was a goat close by. Like you could hear the timbre and the resonance inside the home. It was like being inside an acoustic box with something making a noise.
Oh, fuck.
Back door.
He said he saw movement. He freaked the fuck out. He tried to get out of the front door, pulled on the knob, it pulled straight out of the door, and then we all dipped out the back.
Oh, fuck.
Back door.
I was fucking done.
Something's in that room over there.
That's good. What the
Fuck, man, dude. You didn't see that?
I didn't look.
There was something in that room, bro.
I saw something. I don't know what it was, but something moved across the room. I think I might have got it on camera. I'm not sure, but I saw it with my eyes, and I panicked.
Something fucking ran past me. I don't know if I got it on camera, but there was something in there. Do you have the car keys? I'm over this shit. Let's get in the car, bro.
We gotta get our shit. Oh, this
Fuck that. We ain't getting shit. Fucking bailing.
Quick plan, kind of divide and conquer, and against our better judgment, we went back in the house. We had to grab the camera, so we did it quickly. It was freaky. I didn't want to be inside at all, so we got in and out as fast as possible.
We got one downstairs, two upstairs. You guys, you want to go grab one each upstairs? And I'll grab the one.
Room. I'll grab
Let's
one
make
in
it
case
quick.
So we all rushed in to get the static cameras. The guys went upstairs. I grabbed the one off the front, and I heard something move behind me.
Fuck, I'm leaving my phone open, bro. Let's fucking leave.
We get a lot of complaints about us leaving places early. When
Who gives a
shit hits the
shit?
fan. Everyone has their breaking point. We tried to stick this one out. We did, but just for our own sanity, the activity, it was too much. We had to get out, so we did ultimately decide to leave early.
This is one of those locations that doesn't even need an explanation. At the end of these episodes, we usually say, do we think that it's haunted or not? there's no need to even get into that.
Maybe that stuff's normal to see in the movies. Like if I sat down and watched The Conjuring or The Ritual or something, I'm expecting to see something like that. But when you're just walking through a house, it's beyond horror.
This was a very extreme location. This is something.
No, man. Here's the deal. Fuck that. I'm out. That's the end of that shit. We're gone. First of all, we come running downstairs. We hear a goat fire off. I grab the doorknob. You grab the doorknob. It breaks off in your hand. And we get out the back door. And you've got the keys or I've got the keys. I'm not going back inside. That'll be a wrap on that bullshit. And we will be leaving. Period.
Cameras.
Fuck the cameras. Let them roll. We'll if there's shit in the house, hey man, that's what the cameras are for. Let them roll. You know what I mean? And bail. Come back and get that shit tomorrow.
Yeah. Do you remember the place I told you about down in Hillsboro?
Yes.
That Corey, that's my cousin. He's the one that told me about it.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, let's do that, dude. I want to. Did you check into this thing in Brown Springs, Oklahoma?
No, not yet. I had a bit of a busy weekend.
So Brown Springs used to be. It was where. Well, yes, you did. Yeah, you did. Brown Springs. It was a mob body dumping quarters.
Oh shit!
And there's a abandoned graveyard out there that's just off in the woods. There was a dude that made a video about it. I'm gonna see if I can find it right quick. Let's see. Look this up. Yeah, here it is. Brown Springs, Oklahoma. Where was this video I was watching? Dude does a whole thing on it here. A whole story on the Brown Springs. Now, people are saying there's Bigfoot sightings and all this bullshit. I don't give a fuck about that. We see Bigfoot, I'm gonna drop that motherfucker with every bullet I got.
My hug you. Hey son, how are you?
Be like, get over here, you little fuzzy bastard. Just want to hug you. Come here. Brown Springs has got a lot of history. But what a desolate. You know what's crazy is we've passed by it 100 fucking times.
I don't even know where it's at.
Yeah, it's right as you're coming up 35. As soon as you cross over the Red River, that first exit where that first gas station's at, you just kind of make the loop around right there and go back down towards the Red River, and then it takes you down into Brown Springs.
Well, that's an easy day trip.
Yeah, we could go do that this week. It's fucking cold. I'd rather wait.
Yeah, we can wait till it warms up. We've had ones before.
Let's see. Yeah, this dude kind of takes you through. I'm trying to find the one I was watching on it.
We need to try some in the spring when it's raining, like April.
Let's see.
Have some big storms. That's when we need to go do some.
This dude, let's back it up here because he goes kind of walking through the graveyard part of it. I want to back it up and get to that part. He tells the whole story about what this place is, what it's all about, etc. And this could be interesting for Perry Theory. What I would suggest is we go camp out at this thing. If we can, let's be prepared to go camp. And I want to do what everyone's thinking right now in their head. Listen, I don't want to just lock ourselves in a tent. I want to get one of those that's like omnidirectional, where you could see out of it at every angle, but you can't see in. You know what I'm talking about, those camo tents?
Yeah, they're hunting blinds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Let's get one of those.
Okay.
That way, something does walk up on us, we could see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't see me, but I can see you, kind of deal. So, yeah, let's take a look at this.
Hey, what is up, you guys? Tonight I am in Thackerville, Oklahoma, at the very haunted Brown Spring Cemetery. This place is reportedly a body dumping ground. Apparently the Dallas Mafia would dump bodies here from the 70s to 90s. And tonight we are here walking up this embankment trail to get to the old cemetery. And we're gonna investigate and see if the claims about this place are really true. You can see it's a very sandy trail up a hill. Quite a hike, I heard. So we just got to the top of this very steep sandy hill, and the cicadas and crickets are absolutely going crazy right now. I apologize. But as you make your way up, there's a barbed wire fence, and very old barbed wire fence. And right here is the first grave.
I'm going to pause it right here. We had JC Frizzell is watching, and she said, "You still never explained to me why Ghost Adventures Zach Bagans is so bad." And you know what? We will talk about that tonight, so stick around.
A.J. Idle Wilkinson, 1904 to 1924. You can see people left like coins and stuff. I think this is the first grave that most people would come across, like I did. And you can see again, there's this very old barbed wire fence that is all mangled up. If you walk a little bit further down the trail, looks like I just came across some more graves in this kind of like open area here. Wilson.
This whole thing is just riddled with all these. I mean, look at all these old graves out here, Craig. Like, it's just they're just spread out sporadically all over the place. And I guess a lot of the claims and stories about this place is that this was an old dumping ground for the mafia. And he says the Dallas Mafia, and he does kind of a history background on it in the first of this video. If you guys want to check it out, it's Real Mafia Body Dumping Grounds at Night, Brown Spring Cemetery, mind-blowing EVPs. And this kid goes out and searches this place out. Supposedly it's not blocked off. It doesn't say no camping. It doesn't say no trespassing. But a lot of people say, as far as what I could find online, is that it's kind of hard to get to. You need to have an off-road vehicle, blah, 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 blah. It's considered Thackerville, and it's right on the, right at the edge of that tree line that they're showing there. That's the Red River right there in the background. So, I'd be interested. They're saying that they're having a lot of EVPs going on out there. They hear like footsteps. They hear all that shit. So I kind of want to back up our play with what we've talked about with these camping videos that we see, and we always talk shit about. It's like, well, let's go out and do it. Let's go out and do it. Let's go out and take what we know and what we have, and let's go use it out there and see what we can get to see if we can make communication with it. That kind of deal.
Machete, a sword, a shotgun, a pistol.
I got it all, man. I'll have the 30-30. I got the 12 gauge. I got a 44 Magnum and a 45. I'm ready. All right. I'm just saying.
So I just sent you something. I was when I was in the waiting room the other night. I something caught my eye on the TV. I heard something about paranormal, and I looked, and it's a body of water in Argentina that looks like an eye, and they actually have it moves throughout the year like it's watching people. Like this guy got off in it, but they have satellite image where it moves. It doesn't sit still. It moves all the time.
So wait a minute. The island moves?
Yeah, they have satellite image, and if you watch it in that video I sent you on YouTube, it'll show it, and it just moves around that person.
All right, I'm going to look this up on YouTube here.
I sent you a YouTube also video.
I know. I can't pull it up through this other Google Chrome, so I'm just looking up
The lake is home to a bizarre floating eye. Zach Baggins is bad because he gets possessed in every single episode.
Ah, shit. That's so creative. So dead on. What was that? Go in there. I'm possessed.
I just ran into all these trees. Look, something scratched me. Yeah, the trees, dumbass. I saw an episode like that. They're like, the dude fell into some trees and then he lifted his shirt up. Look, something scratched me out here. I was like, you just fell into a thing of trees. What do you think would happen?
Okay, I found it. This lake is home to a bizarre floating island.
Yeah.
Let's pull this up. Let me get it over here to the deal.
I just thought it was interesting when I was watching it. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, this looks pretty. Let's see what this is all about here. But JC, I'll get you some real answers on that here in just a moment.
Horror film director Sergio Newspiller is investigating reports of paranormal activity around a mysterious eye deep in an Argentinian swamp.
As you can see, it's a perfect formation.
He has finally reached the eye-shaped piece of swamp. He discovers that it's moving.
It's very weird how this island moves.
Satellite image analysis confirms Newspiller's discovery.
As I go through the historical imagery, I can actually watch it move as if it's following a pattern around the lake.
The historical images show the eye has been here and moving for 20 years.
Every day, the island was in a different position. I believe there's something that's actually pulling the island around the lake.
Newspiller climbs.
I mean, could it be moss? Is it just like, could it be like a thick layer of moss across the top that's kind of floating?
I don't know. Maybe. I think they're going to explain some of that. I didn't get to watch all of it. I just thought it was crazy when they were showing how it goes around and around every day.
All right.
The eye appears to be a floating disc covered in vegetation. Newspiller looks for clues as to how it was formed.
We are trying to go there, use a small underwater camera, and see if we can have some pictures. We are also trying to see if there's something human-built or something.
Newspiller can find no evidence that the eye is man-made. But if it's natural, why is it so symmetrical? And why does it float?
As we walk, there are bubbles coming from the bottom. It's methane gas.
Methane gas is produced by decomposing organic material and is lighter than air.
Part of this gas might be one of the things that helps this island to float.
Floating islands do exist elsewhere in South America.
We do know that up in Peru, in Lake Titicaca, there are these unique structures created by the Yuru people. They're actually reeds that are woven together to form islands, and people will actually live on these floating islands in the middle of the lake.
But there's a big difference between the islands in Peru and the eye in the middle of the swamp.
These floating islands in Peru require regular maintenance so that they can keep their shape, because it will deteriorate over time. But this formation in Argentina, there's really nobody around, so how would it keep its shape over time?
That's pretty crazy. Okay, well.
I mean, not necessarily paranormal. I just thought it was.
No, it's not. No, it's not paranormal. But I mean, it's interesting enough to be like, what the fuck is that doing? The thing in my head wants to tell me that it's a moss platform that's moving as the Earth moves. You know, as the Earth is spinning, it's
the gravitational pull.
The gravitational pull, yeah, which would make total sense as to why that is. John Fish said, question, why would the mob make actual graves for people they needed it off? That's not what's happening. The graves that are there in Brown Springs are pioneers that passed away. That's what that is. It's just a forgotten cemetery, but it's in like kind of a forgotten place. Like people don't travel down into this corridor, this area. It's off the path. It was just a dumping grounds. They were finding bodies just dumped out there. They weren't burying them. They were plainly just dumping them out of a car, and that was it. And it was, so yeah, they're not they're not going out there like, okay, here's Tommy 2 times. We're gonna bury him and put a gravestone on him, and they're not doing that. JC, here's the reason behind Zach Bagans. Zach, for the longest time, all he wanted to do was be on TV. That's all he wanted. Before he was on Ghost Adventures, he was on not The Price is Right. What's the other one? With the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. His sister was on there, and then he made a point that when she won, to make sure to get up there and be right in front of the camera and, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. The gentleman who started Ghost Adventures was Nick Groff. It was Nick Groff who originally started Ghost Adventures, and he didn't come up with the name. He just wanted to do some stuff paranormal, and he was getting into it at the time. And then he had Zach come on as a friend, and when Zach saw that he could turn coin by doing this and faking it and making everyone believers for an extended time until everyone figured out how full of shit this guy is, that's when Nick Groff was excused from the show. Zach bought him out of it behind his back, and Nick kept fighting him, saying, "Look, I don't want to fake this shit. We're out here trying to find the truth." And he was like, "Yeah, we can do this. We can make money off of blah, 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 blah." And if you look at the rabbit trail of what is Ghost Adventures, I mean, all the way down to the fake ass museum in fucking Vegas. I mean, the shit they have in there is just exactly that. It's just shit. It's like an antique museum. It's not, these aren't haunted artifacts as much as they claim for them to be. They're not. And the real investigators out here in the world that aren't doing this for a ploy on money, we know. So they did, and it's just, and it's such douchebaggery to watch this guy just time and time again, just like, "Did you hear that? It must have been, it had to have been like, oh my God, dude, the one he had of the demon house, where he had to explain to people why he was wearing glasses now. Couldn't have been age. Nope, wasn't age. I saw a fucking demon, and now I got to have prism glasses on because my eyes will cross. It's such bullshit. So, hey man, if you're a Ghost Adventures fan out there in the world, more power to you. We're not. I'm not. Craig is. He loves them.
I don't even know who they are.
Craig goes to bed to him every night. He's like, "Man, look at this episode. Shizza."
I probably watched.
She says, wait, that's so true. He always resorts to demons. He always, yes, always. He's always possessed. He's always got some feeling. He claims to be some fucking medium. He's not. He's not. Trust me, he's not.
Are you a medium?
No.
Do you know one?
Yes. Yeah. A true medium isn't even going to put themselves on the spotlight. In fact, we would be hard-pressed to even get them to come on the show. Here's another fraud. Taxi cab, the psychic taxi dude. That was, fraud, 100%. And that came down to, he had a whole team. So when they would get a ride, he had a team doing background searches on that person before they ever jumped in the car. So he'd be on his way to pick him up. He has an earpiece in. They get in the car with him. He already knows everything that's happened to them in the last 2 years. And if it was something immediate, it was perfect. So he would be like, "I'm feeling a person around you. Is it your father?" "Yeah, my dad died last week." "How the fuck did you know that?" Well, he says hello. And it's like, okay, maybe it's giving people comfort. Maybe it was helping him in a way, but he's just lying his ass off. He's not a true medium. It's bullshit. Let's see. Oh, JC, don't feel sorry for those guys. It's all bullshit. She says, and then poor Aaron gets thrown to the wolves every episode. He's not thrown to the wolves. Trust me. It looks like 3 or 4 of them on camera. There is literally a team of 25 fucking people on that set. Really? What you're not seeing on camera is the other people that are all holding up boom stands. They got lighting. They got the whole, it's just like running a movie. You know, what Craig and I do is we go in by ourselves. We ain't got a team. We got 2 lav mics, 2 mics on a camera, and a prayer. It better work, because we're here all night. If something goes to shit, like we've had happen, like what was it? The Ritz Theater.
Yeah.
We didn't even know that the camera blacked out on us.
Two
of them had no clue. We had audio from one and no video, and we had no video, or no, we had no video on both, but we had audio on both.
Yeah.
And that was only because we had our lav mics on. That's it. You know, so it's like, you know, a lot of people want to go out and ghost hunt, but a lot of people don't understand is like once you get out and you're ghost hunting, like it's not always scary. It's not always, you know, we spend so much time just fucking off in the dark. I mean, what was it? The family home? I'll pull that one up. Family home where we're sitting there literally just bullshitting the entire time.
Yeah, I was going to say if Fish ever goes with us and he bitches out, I'm yanking his badge.
I pull on the man card. Get over here.
Ghostbusters badge.
Oh, you're going to pull the Ghostbusters badge. Let's see. I'll pull up the part where we're literally just sitting there bullshitting in that room, in that movie room.
Oh, yeah.
And that was when we started having shit go down. Because we just weren't giving a shit. You know? They had the water turn on. There was shit happening all around us. And we were just kicked back. This is on our episode from Paratheory. It's called Family Home. You can go to our page and check it out. I'm backing it up here. I'm trying to get to the part where we're in this. Here we go.
You were kicked back and my feet weren't touching the ground again.
Yeah. Okay. This is kind of funny. Craig's so little that when he sits on couches, his feet don't touch the ground. Mine are just stretched off like little buddy over here. Poor Craig. Poor Craig can't feel the ground. Your feet really don't touch the ground. See?
How are we going to set this up?
Listen. You can hear the wheel in that music player spinning.
That's right before you got into those gummy bears.
I've got this one faced at this couch. I'll sit over here. And then you face yours like over here in the middle or something.
Was that there?
Did you hear it?
Yeah, like a dong.
Yeah, that's it.
I guess this thing.
I just heard whimpering.
Like a dog?
Like somebody crying.
I'm sorry, JC, but you're going to have to play Brandon Jenkins' version first.
Are you crying? You know what's nuts is that, like when we were at milling, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, flashlights, all of them almost. Every time we used one, they were going off. We had one get pushed off the fucking table. See, that's what I'm talking about. We're just sitting here bullshitting. The camera got pushed over. You know, we had EVPs coming through. We had the incidents with the walkie-talkies happen.
Yeah.
We had a lot going on. For as much as we didn't think we had going on, we had a lot going on. Can you tell us your name? Are you a man, woman, or child? You say, what do you say?
Are you nervous because we're in this house? Let's say nope.
Are you in the child's bedroom?
Are you moving?
I'm not moving.
Did you feel that?
No.
It felt like the ground was moving, like someone was walking, like you were walking. Did you just walk into this room with us? Are you not wanting to talk to us anymore?
Never did. Did you hear that? That's straight up what that said. Never did. Why don't you want to talk to us?
Can you guys coexist?
Are you going to be nice to everyone in this home? No. There's no. Dude, this thing does not want to talk to us.
It already groped your big ass. It got what it wanted.
I mean, it's like that was the test. Like, I'm going to give you one good... It was like, I'm going to give you one good poke, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you pain, and if you don't leave here, then I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And then when you leave, I'm coming back.
Maybe.
Because my side has still been on fire this whole fucking time. Like, it's like a knot. It's like it hit me right in the sciatic. Like, just fucking got me. I'm trying to think of what else we could do. And we don't have a yes-no prism. It's not using the lights. This is a perfect example right here. Just bullshitting. That. It's so loud. I'm trying to think of what else we could do. And we don't have a yes-no prism. It's not using the lights. I'm trying to think of what else we could do. And we don't have a yes-no prism. It's not using the lights.
Damn.
I'm trying to think of what else we could do. And we don't have a yes-no prism. It's not using the lights.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's not using the lights.
We've had a lot of shit growl at us.
Yeah.
Dowsing rods, but I'm afraid they'll be inaccurate because we're so surrounded by water.
Yeah.
I don't know that those would work correctly here. Do you?
I don't know. I mean, we're surrounded by water.
Yeah.
There's water all the way, almost all the way around. Well, technically there is water all the way around. It's where we're sitting.
Yeah.
It's that way, all the way around the back. So the dowsing rods are going to want to lead you to water.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, so. Yeah, man. It's when we get into it's when we're not paying attention that we start to catch shit. There was another episode we had where we were at the Milling Sanitarium, and we had the flashlight laying up on the table.
Yeah.
And it had been laying there for a minute, and then we were just trying to get ideas of what it is that we're going to do next. And all of a sudden, boop,
Yeah.
the flashlight got pushed off the table.
Just like at Waples when we were sitting there just talking.
Yeah.
It started happening all the time.
In that room, it felt, I mean, we were already on edge with what had happened earlier, know. So we were already, there was a squatter in the home when we first got there during the daylight. We ended up having to have SWAT come out and searched the home, which I thought it was really cool that those guys from Arlington PD, that they were kind of getting in on the, I wish we would have filmed that, because they were on the intercom. They had the place surrounded, and they were like, if there's anybody in the home, you're not allowed to be here. And if there's any ghosts, you need to come out as well. They got in on it, but it was kind of funny. Here these guys are doing a professional job, and they're having fun doing it. So,
yeah.
But God damn it, if we would just looked in the fucking backpack, we'd have been $40,000 richer. You know, son of a bitch. But we were already on edge with that, and so we're in there, and we would just be talking, and it sounded like it through that bathroom under that stairwell. It sounded like somebody came in the fucking window or opened a door or was hiding behind a door or something. And that happened. That would happen quite a bit to us. Or like when we were same place, but we were down in the cottage and we were in the living room. And we were just bullshitting, and all of a sudden that tap happened at the window. It's like a pop. It was loud.
Yeah.
And we were like, "What the fuck was that?" But also in the sense that like we've had shit where, and that's why we set up static cameras and all these other places with trigger objects, that when we're up in those places and we're just bullshitting and talking, meanwhile in other rooms they're playing with the toys we've left out.
Yeah,
they're touching them, like those cat balls have to be touched in order to light up. And how many times have we walked out of a room and had one just sitting in the middle of the floor, it's done nothing, and all of a sudden it starts twinkling. The only thing is, I want to see one of those fuckers roll.
Yeah.
Like, if it's touching, I want to see it move. I want to see it, take off across the floor. Darren Bergfeld says, what was the room temp like when you came in there? In that room, the whole house was kind of chilly. The whole house had a really cold vibe to it. That was a family that called us in because he was scared. He's a skeptic from hell, but he didn't know what to do. I mean, you should have seen this guy coming to me. He didn't, this is a grown man that works in the oil field. That he didn't know how to ask me.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I don't even know how to get this out of my mouth. And then he tells me the story about what happened. I'm like, holy shit. And I could tell that he was legitimately like, because I mean, this dude like came home, this shit happened, and he fucking bailed after 2 weeks of being gone. All you want to do is be home, sleep in your own bed. The last thing you want to do is go get another fucking hotel. And this dude packed his shit and went to a Marriott. Like, he works out in West Texas, man. He's out there busting his fucking ass, comes home. He finally gets to sleep in his own bed for a night, eat a good meal, relax, kick his feet up. This shit happened, and he bailed and went and got a hotel room. And then he went back to work early.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go back home. And so when we went in there to figure out what was going on, it was a really cold presence, but lots of direct contact. I mean, that's where I got fucking frogged in the side.
Yeah.
Had a bruise, looked like somebody hit me with a baseball bat. It was nuts.
I think the most memorable cat ball one I can think of is when we were at the Ritz, and we were both standing in front of the stage, and it sounded like someone was running down the aisle.
Yeah.
Then he just hit that ball and started going off.
Yep. That for me is the most memorable as well, because I was like, holy shit.
I don't think we've only, and the Ritz is where we also had the room that was like super hot. Other times it's always been cold, but that room was like, we were both just pouring sweat in that room.
Miserable. And for it to be like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and for it to be that hot, it was like unbearable hot. Like it was the total reverse scenario of what it should be when something's pulling the energy for the room and it gets colder. This was like, I felt like we stepped into a fucking boiler room. I was just standing there like my beard was dripping. I was just like, dude.
Like we were in a sauna.
Yeah, totally. Totally. That place had a creepy vibe to it. I would love to go back and do it again.
Yeah. Change some things up.
Change some things up, yeah, and concentrate more on that upstairs. But fuck, man, we ain't going back there in the spring or summer.
I'm not going.
Hell no. Well, let's go now. Let's go right now while it's freezing.
Yeah.
I'll do that. We're not running a time lapse from the top of the roof again, though. Fuck that. Your little ass had to climb up there.
Yeah, that was I just knew I was going to get knocked off that ladder. That was not a regular ladder. That was just like some 2x4s thrown together.
It totally was. I looked at it with like, not me. I'm not climbing up that ladder. That ladder can go fuck itself. I'm out. I'll have no part of that.
It sucked because the roof was white. So when you come in off that white roof in the sun and you open that hatch in the back and it's just pitch black down there, you can't really see the ladder you got to climb down into.
Yeah. I think what was the craziest out of that deal was when we were sitting all the way down on the other end of the hallway and then the music box up in that room started ding.
Oh, yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. And then it just started going. And then it was like something was standing right in front of it. And then as soon as we got through the threshold, pop, it turned off. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
It got real hot.
Yeah, and then that's when the heat, like, it's like someone turned the heater on and it just was like smoking us out of the room. That's really why we stopped, because it was just like, it was so unbearable.
Didn't something blow in your ear too down there in that end when we were coming out of the one room?
Yeah, but I couldn't tell if it was just like, if any kind of breeze in there. It could have just been anything. It was so hot. Regardless, I mean, just one waft of air could be, could have been something. But that's why I'd like to go back and do it again.
Yeah.
And maybe we will. Maybe we'll go revisit that. I did get news that the place we did in Mineral Wells, that was the Crazy 8 Saloon, is now closed. It's something else now. And I'd be really interested to go talk to these new owners and be like, hey, you ever have any weird shit happen here? I mean, just like, because let me show you a video. Like, this is what we had going on.
Now would be a good time to go to the hotel.
Oh, dude, I'm all over it. I'm like a fat kid on a toilet, dude. I'm all over that thing. Like, I am waiting. I've already got messages in. I've gotten in contact with the right people. Michael White has hooked us up with that. And so we're just waiting on an answer. And so we will be going to do that. Darren Bergfeld there is up in Cape Girardeau. And I believe Darren and I have talked a few times about some stuff that's up that way. And so the thing that really interests me is, he just quoted me. The thing that interests me is some of the old buildings there in Cape that's downtown that are backed up to the Mississippi. And the reason for that is because of the water conduit that adds so much energy to the paranormal world. So if one place down there has true history of hauntings going on in it, they probably all do.
Where's that at?
Cape Girardeau. It's on the east side of Missouri, right about in the middle.
Okay.
It's about a 5-hour stretch from, let's say, it's just straight north on 55, straight up from Memphis. Darren says, yes, literally on the riverfront. And until the 1960s, there wasn't a flood wall. There's several with great history. Okay, see? That would be a place to go. Plus, we get to see some cool fam while we're up there. Good to see my niece and nephew. They're 2 hours south of St. Louis, so 3 hours north of Memphis. That's about right, because it's about 5 hours from Little Rock.
Okay.
Right, Darren? I believe that's correct, because I think it was like a 10-hour drive from Fort Worth when we came up there last. Yes, and we'll eat at Lampert's. Home of the throne roll. You ever been there, man? Lampert's?
No.
Imagine Cracker Barrel on steroids, but they hire the local baseball team to throw the rolls to you. They won't just hand you a roll, and it's a roll the size of my mitt here. Like they'll go across the room and they will send that fucker to you, and you got to catch it. And if you don't, it's going in somebody's face behind you. The thing I miss most about that place is this is where Darren turned me on to the okra and putting hot sauce on that shit. Oh,
You put hot sauce on everything.
yeah, but there's something about their okra. I think the coca plants in that shit. Oh man, yeah, dude. That would be really interesting. I still think there's something too, and maybe we just can't afford to go out and do it right now. But is studying it into places that are surrounded by bodies of water.
Yeah.
Like the island of the dolls down in Mexico. That would be fucking sick. I would love to go do that. Or what's the island out off of from New York? I forget the name of it. It's an island just outside of. It's in the New York Harbor. I want to say that's a big dumping grounds that was out there for the longest time. It could be off Staten Island, out that way. Darren says some points of interest as far as local hauntings include the Glen House, the Port Cape Girardeau building, Laurie Meyer Cemetery. I have a pro buddy who wrote the book. Oh, okay, a professional buddy that wrote the book. Well, we'll check into that for sure. Hi, Dewan. Good evening, darling. Oh, Ellis. Ellis is the island.
Oh.
Ellis Island. Okay, yeah. I think that could be pretty interesting. But doing stuff like that, where it's surrounded by a body of water, like Bobby Mackey's, of course, it got, God rest it, that got torn down, but it had one of the biggest demonic claims there was in the paranormal world was Bobby Mackey's and all the history that happened there with the guy. Blah blah. What did he find in the basement? It was a fucking well that went straight down to what was a river canal running under Bobby Mackey's, and so that water conduit really. Hi, darling. I will see you soon, sweetie. Just a mind blower is what that was.
Yeah.
It was like what all they caught there at Bobby Mackey's. But you think about all the places that have like proven over and over and over again for all of the intelligent hauntings, it's all based on water.
Yeah.
It always is something surrounded by water. When we did the family home, what were we surrounded by? Water. And what did we have coming in? We didn't have one. We had like 20 talking to us.
Yeah. What about Waples?
Waples is the same way.
We still didn't open that well.
I still don't want to open that well. I don't want to be the dude that does it. But I know that something's down there. I truly believe after going through that, what we went through, that there is 100% something, A, down in the well, and B, buried back there at the tree line.
Yeah.
I think that there is secrets buried in the ground out there that'll never be dug up.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. And I don't think Mr. Scott Howell is going to go out there and dig them up himself.
No.
And maybe you don't want to. Like I said in that video, like sometimes when you go poking around, it's like, it's just best to leave it the fuck alone.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You get too far now up on the hill, up there at College Hill Baptist College.
Yeah.
Boy, they don't give a shit. They're finding tunnels all over the damn place, and they're uncovering them. Like they found another tunnel this past year, and there's all these secret tunnels that they have found all up under the college up there.
I wonder if they'd let us go in them.
Dude, you know how long I've been, like, I had part of the city helping us trying to get on that. They were like, nope. Nope. We're just going to mark it as a historical marker. I'm like, shit.
Maybe I'll just go back to college for a semester there.
Yeah. What would be your major?
Archaeology.
Archaeology. Yeah. I'm learning how to dig. Heard you guys got some tunnels. I can do it all right here.
It's for my paper.
It's for my paper. My friend's going to come film it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like the tunnels down in downtown Fort Worth.
Yeah. See those.
X never marks the spot. No, it doesn't. You're right, Darren. That is a true statement, because where a lot of things happened out there on that the Waples plantation. What we were finding out through the spirit box and how much of it kept coming through and what we were able to piece together with a little investigating after that was mind blowing. I was just like, wow.
I still wish that I would have had the cameras rolling when I changed the batteries on the PS device when it said elemental.
Elemental, yeah, which would make sense because we were on grounds where a big native battle happened.
Yeah.
American Native American battle took place. I wish we would have caught the fucking drums we heard that night.
Yeah, that was
That first like it was like that's fucking war drums. That ain't a fucking car. That ain't a club. It was like 4:30 something in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, and it would come and go with the wind. It was really, really incredible. But we did get an answer back on the Granville house that we are going to be able to go back there, you said?
Yeah.
So we're going to do a little bit more in-depth story on that. So we're going to go back to where it all started and go spend the night in the Granville house. It's not going to be right now because the last time we did the Granville house was like this and it was freezing at the end of the night. And I ain't about that shit. Can we wait till like March?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We need to go when it's raining out there.
I'm down, dude. Can you imagine being in that place for a fucking storm? Holy shit. Sitting in that living room. Whew. Fuck off. That's terrifying. That place is all kinds. It's got all kinds of creeps going through it. Because we had everything there. We had answers on the REM pod. We had answers on the flashlight, the K2 meter, the yes/no prism. You know, I'm not sure what I saw in the attic was. I don't know. The more I think about it to this day, I think it could have been an animal. It could have been a raccoon. Whatever it was, it startled the shit out of me.
Yeah.
You know, but we were hearing knocks. We were getting bangs. We were getting, everything. So I would love to go back, just you and I sitting down in that place and see what kind of, communicate. Have they done any more remodeling to the property?
Not yet.
So it's still sitting there just the same as it was?
Yeah, they have the property itself, but not the house. And they're eventually going to remodel it because they want to do like a bed and breakfast.
We got to get out there before they do that shit.
Oh,
or we go after they start remodeling because that's when you really start stirring the pot.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. One of the two. Might be a double.
Yeah.
Double dosage. Return to the Granville house. Oof. Oof. Up in Kansas City where my brother lives at, you got the Sally house up there.
Oh, yeah.
We could go up and do the Sally house. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. I'll tell you where we're not going. Yorktown. Sorry, man. Can't afford you. $750 a night. Get the fuck out of here. $750 for a plug.
And a snake.
Yeah, I'm out. Well, yeah, let's aim our goals towards that. Let's try and get up there to when it warms up a little bit. Let's maybe aim towards the end of March, 1st of April. And maybe we go up and try and camp up at the Browns Brown Springs.
Yeah.
We'll see about that. Maybe we just take a day trip up there and go eyesight it one day. Okay. So we kind of know where we're going.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll give that a shot. Well, thank you guys all for chiming in tonight, man. It's been awesome. Thank you guys so much. John Fish is our winner of the trivia question. He came in hot right off the cuff, man. First, we got to start making these. I got to get with Darren. He comes up with great trivia questions, but it's got to relate with paranormal or horror. We got to figure out a way to where you can't Google this shit.
Yeah.
Goddamn Google. Got to make it do your homework. You got to dig a little. So next week's is going to be a little bit harder. Yeah, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, Darren. Thank you for watching in. And make sure that you guys like and subscribe to the YouTube page. Also, like and subscribe if you're watching this on our Facebook pages. Make sure you go to all three of them. Para Theory, go to my personal page. Go to Western Soul Photography. Make sure you like and subscribe to all the pages. Keep following us, man. We do this every week, Monday night, between 7 and 7:30. And we kick off every night and spend a little time with you. But yeah, here we are, man. We're not going to make this one a 2.5 hour one like we did last time. Yeah. I think we should go down and crash the Jerry Jonestown Massacre one of these nights. Don't even say shit and just show up. Fuck y'all doing? We're here to talk. Who's this guest? Move over. Move over, guy. Coming in.
I think Dustin's in California right now, so I don't even know if they're doing it tomorrow.
They switched platforms. I think they're using this EVMux now, like we're using. Yeah. I keep telling him, I'm like, why don't you just jump on with us? We'll put you in here. You just do it from the temple and jump in with us. I know you got the shit to do it, man.
Yeah, you do.
But make sure you share our show with the world, man. We're trying to get more followers and get more people in here watching us, man. Thank you guys for everything you do and supporting us. And we will see y'all soon. Stay warm. Stay warm. It's fucking cold out there. Peace.